Namaskara all. Today I'm going to share some of my favorite yoga books that I have read in the past few years. The first book is Integrated Approach of Yoga Therapy for Positive Health. This is from my own university, S. Vyasa. I'm currently a student there. So if you see, I had purchased this book on 30th January 2005. I remember visiting there as part of a yoga class, and little did I know that 19 years later I'll be a student in the same university. So, this book has been with me for the past so many years, and this is the Svyasa way of yoga practices, asanas, pranayama, kriyas. So, all the practices and the asanas, the postures, the steps, benefits, everything is listed very beautifully. This book, I always have it as a reference. So, for example, here talks about what is the practice, what are the key points to remember. Also talks about main reason why you are doing certain practices, Shitila Karna, Vyakarna, Surya Namaskar, the various asanas. So this is one of the best books I felt when I started out as a yoga practitioner. So, and I still continue to refer to this for instructions as well. So yeah, this is the first book. The second one is this book, Practical Yoga Psychology. I think I read this book sometime in 2019 or 2020. Until that point, I had a very wrong understanding of yoga, which is, just asanas and pranayama. I think everybody who started off their yoga journey predominantly think yoga is all about asanas. But this book opened my eyes to the fact there's much more beyond asanas. So this book is from Bihar School of Yoga, and if you see here, this gives a very beautiful introduction to panchakoshas, chakras, gunas, the aspect of swara yoga, balance between Ida and Pingala nadis. And what I really liked is it talks about various different lifestyles: Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. The author also talks about how our personality evolves depending on our gunas and depending on the chakras. So, this is a very beautiful book. Talks a lot about mind, personality, um, and different chakra aspects dominant in each individual. So, gives a very good introduction to chakras, and also talks about at a guna level how um, the people's personalities evolve based on each chakra and its activation. So, this is a very, very interesting read. So, I highly recommend, if these concepts are new to you, to start with this book, Practical Yoga Psychology. The third one is the practices of yoga for the digestive system. Here, this is primarily on digestive related issues and disorders, and how yoga can help in various aspects. So, it talks about food, prana, digestion, digestive system anatomy and physiology. Also talks about various digestive related issues, and what are the practices to follow from asanas, pranayama, mudra, and bandha. So this is like a lot of interesting correlation between our gut and our brain, gut-brain axis, how our food impacts our emotions. So again, very interesting read. So yoga for the digestive system, highly recommend this book. The next one is Prana and Pranayama. I have spoken about this book in multiple forums. This is one of the most best explanation given related to prana and pranayama. I refer to this book very often. Here, the author talks about Panchakosha, Chakra, Nadis, Panchaprana, the five main pranas. And the author also talks about the physiology of breathing from a modern medicine point of view, from the gross body point of view. And then he talks about the subtle aspects. So people who randomly say that there is no such thing as prana, all those random people who comment or who put social media posts, I think before they come up with such conclusions, they should read this book. So talks about pranayamas, classification, tranquilizing pranayamas and vitalizing pranayamas, detailed instructions, also talks about the limitations, that there are different techniques and modifications that one can do. So first half of the book is a lot of theory, and the second half focuses mainly on the practices with detailed instructions. So this is one of my absolute favorites. This one is my first semester MSc Yoga course material from SVyasa. The subject name is Yoga, Philosophy and Health. I mean, this was just an amazing read. It didn't feel like a textbook, I would say. I've read this book at least 2-3 times, and every time I read, I feel there is a lot of new insights that have opened up. So here the syllabus mainly talks about the yoga philosophy from a Panchakosha point of view, and how we need to address health not just at the physical level but also at all the 5 levels. So here we also learned about non-communicable diseases, how stress is a contributing factor, what are the sources of various psychosomatic disorders. So stress built up from Bhagavad Gita, this is like just such a fabulous eye-opening read. Pathogenesis, how diseases manifest. This is like a fantastic read. I mean, this book was so well written that all of my classmates, they just loved reading this book. So yeah, if you are doing MSc Yoga from SVyasa, you will get access to this book. Next one is Yoga Sutra Simplified by Vasudev Murthy. I read this book about 4-5 months back. So this is a very simple, easy to read explanation on Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So the author gives a brief explanation of each sutra, but he also connects it to practical aspects. He also gives his own interpretation of each of those sutras, and how he tried to implement, how he tried to introspect. So if you are new to Patanjali Yoga Sutras, then this would be a good place to start. These are the books that I have completed and I highly recommend. There are other books that I am still reading and which I am finding it really valuable. So one is Hatha Yoga Pradipika. The other one is 4 Chapters on Freedom, which is Patanjali Yoga Sutras commentary. Both are from Bihar School of Yoga. Beautiful explanations. I'm still reading these two texts. These two texts are part of my next semester. So once I finish studying, I'll be able to give a better summary of these books. The other one is Anatomy and Physiology of Yogic Practices by M.M. Gore. This is from Kaivalya Dhamma. This book, it gives a very basic understanding of the various systems, anatomy and physiology, and it also provides a yogic point of view of how we can look at each of these systems, and how certain the pathophysiology of certain ailments, and how yoga and yoga practices can help. So I am still reading this book, not yet finished. So once I finish this, I will be able to give a proper summary of this book. But so far it is going really well. So this is the title. Hope this was helpful. If there are any other books on yoga that you really liked and you would like to recommend, please do share in the comments below. Thank you.